Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Ty, and we are just now cleaning up week 3 of Kaleo. Now this week has been super fun. We've been super busy, and so it's Monday right now, and I'm just now getting this video shot. It's really late right now. It's about 8 o'clock, and so there's no sun, so the lighting in this video is going to be really bad. I'm going to see if I can fix that just a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. But I hope you guys can see me good. I hope you guys are having an amazing week. I've been praying for each and every one of you, and I love all the comments that you guys have been giving me, and it's great to know that you guys are watching these. We have had a really good time here, and I would say that this week has been a little bit more challenging than some of the other weeks have been. And I've been stepping out of my comfort zone a lot as far as sharing faith goes. Yesterday, we spent another day at Cocoa Beach doing a little bit more evangelism training, and we got to share, my group got to share with 2 people. And sometimes sharing the gospel with strangers that you don't know is very difficult. For me, it was kind of nerve-wracking to see how they would respond to the gospel and getting shared the news with them, because I'm not exactly sure what to say when I get asked certain questions, and sometimes I struggle to present myself, or I struggle to kind of know how to carry on the conversation. But nevertheless, we had a lot of fun, and this week, like I said, has been just a little bit more challenging. Haven't been getting as much sleep. The amount of sleep we've been getting has just continually been declining, it seems like. But that's because we're spending more time at work, and we're getting up a little bit earlier, trying to get a little bit of time in the Word in before our training every morning. So yeah, like I said, very challenging, but I've been working to grow my convictions, and God is walking with all of us and giving us strength. But anyways, we got really busy this week, and I didn't get any opportunities to record any of the activities and training that we were doing because a lot of it was really hands-on. I have been thinking a lot about one specific thing that I wanted to share with you guys that we talked about the first week that we were here at Kaleo. So I'm going to jump into that right now. So, in the book of Genesis, there's this dude named Abram. Now, Abram had a wife, but even though he was 100 years old, they still never had any kids. But one day, God comes to Abram and basically tells him, hey, I'm going to change your name to Abraham, which means father of many, and I will provide you with numerous descendants and make you the father of many nations as long as you walk before me faithfully and follow my commands. Abraham was like, sweet, I'm totally down. I will obey your every command. And God blessed his wife Sarah with their first son, Isaac. Now, a couple of years went by, and one day, God comes to Abraham and says, hey, bad news. I know you've been waiting your entire life to have your son, but I kind of need you to sacrifice him for me. Even though this probably really upset Abraham, considering he had waited 100 years to have a son, he got up the next day with his servants and his son to travel to a mountain to sacrifice him. At one point, Abraham turns around to his servants and says, wait here for just a second. We'll be right back. So Abraham and Isaac go up to the mountain, and suddenly Isaac realizes there's no lamb for the offering. But Abraham tells him, don't worry, God will provide a lamb for the offering. So when they get to the top of the mountain, Abraham, without hesitation, ties Isaac to the altar with the wood, takes his knife, and prepares to sacrifice his one and only son. However, right before he did, an angel of the Lord called out from heaven and commanded him to stop. Turns out God was just testing Abraham to see how faithful he was, and because Abraham didn't even hesitate to sacrifice one of the most important things in his life, he completed the test. And so God gives Abraham a ram to sacrifice instead, and promises to give him as many descendants as the stars in the sky because of his good faith in him. See, Abraham didn't even doubt for a second that God would fulfill his promise to him, and he even tells his servants that they would both return even though he was planning on sacrificing his son. His obedience to God and his lack of hesitation to complete his commands is remarkable, and it makes me wonder how we can do the same. So here's a little story about my testimony this summer and how I've had to make a difficult decision to serve God. Now, we spent a lot of time the first week of Kaleo talking about this story, and we kind of had to ask ourselves, what is something in our lives that we may need to sacrifice in order to grow closer to God? And I did a little bit of thinking, and I realized that there have been decisions that I've had to make to grow closer to God. Now, if you know me, you know that one of the most important things in my life is showing livestock. It's something that I've done with my family ever since I was a kid. And with that, one of the most important things that my family gets to do every year is the Kootenai Classic. My family has been involved in the Kootenai Classic for over a decade now. It's something that my dad has put a lot of effort into as a way of being able to serve his community around him. Now, I've gotten to show my animals at the Kootenai Classic for the last several years because that was how I supported the show. But this year, I aged out, and because I was going to college, I wasn't going to be having any more animals to show. And so I made the choice to hop on board the Kootenai Classic team and join the junior board as somebody who would help run the show. Now, this was a decision that I made last winter, and it was something that me and several of my friends got to choose to do as a way of playing a bigger role in the Kootenai Classic and being able to better serve the community around Kootenai Classic and all the people who had worked really hard to make this show impactful and big for so many years. And so we were really excited to do that. I chose to hop on as being somebody who was in charge of the ambassador team. Now, I'm hoping that most of you watching this are familiar with the Kootenai Classic, as many of you are actually supporters of the Kootenai Classic, but it's my understanding that not all of you are. Now, I had dedicated myself and I chose to be part of the Kootenai Classic, but then the opportunity of Kaleo came up. I had gotten really involved with the ministry on campus with a lot of my friends at OSU, and they were like, hey, Kaleo is this really fun thing that we get to do this summer, and we wanted to know if you wanted to be a part of it. And I was like, no, probably not going to happen. I've already made plans this summer, and I'm dedicated to helping my friends and family at the Kootenai Classic. So, sorry. Really appreciate the invite, but probably not something that I'm going to do. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought this could be a really good opportunity for me to grow in my faith and get closer to God. But it was really conflicting with Kootenai Classic because I didn't want to abandon the people that I had already told, yes, I'm going to work on this with you guys. I'm going to be a part of this with you guys. But I sat and I prayed about it, and I prayed about it for several nights, and at a certain point, I told my friends, hey, I'd like to apply for Kaleo. I know that there's probably a really low chance that I'm going to get accepted, and there's a low chance that I'm going to get to do it, and that's okay because I really want to go home and do Kootenai Classic. I kind of wanted God to show me, hey, is this something that I need to do this summer? Is this a step that I need to make? And so I did the interview, and I went and I told everybody. I told Brian, I told my dad, and I told all the people on staff at Kootenai Classic. I said, hey, there's this opportunity that's come up for me, and I know that I signed on to help with the Kootenai Classic earlier this year, but I feel like God is kind of calling me to do this. And so I prayed about it for a long time with them, and I just said, what do you guys think I should do? And everybody said, do what God is calling you to do. If this is an opportunity that you think you want to take, do it. And lo and behold, within the next couple of weeks, I got a call saying that I was accepted to go to Kaleo. Now, I was overjoyed because obviously I was really excited to get to spend this summer in Orlando and grow closer in my walk of faith. Now, it's with a heavy heart that I had to make the decision to, say no to Kootenai Classic and choose to go to Kaleo. And in doing so, I feel like there's been a couple nights where I really struggle with this decision, and sometimes I feel like I made the wrong decision. I feel like sometimes I've abandoned this thing that I've committed to, this important project, this community of people that have been so generous to me in working with me and giving me this opportunity to do this. But I just wanted everybody who is watching this video and everybody who is on staff at the Kootenai Classic to know how grateful that I am for you guys to give me this decision and give me this opportunity to attend Kaleo and grow stronger in my walk with God and make this sacrifice. Mom and Dad, I miss you guys a lot, and I'm really grateful and thankful for you guys and all the support you've shown me. Taylor family, I'm really grateful for the Taylor family. They've always been there for me, and they've been just so important to my walk with Christ, and just this opportunity to go to Kaleo. To Leo and Julie, thank you guys so much for everything. The Johnson family, the Deeds family, the Alex and Jared, the Rosenberger family, the Dirks family. These are all people who have worked hard on Kootenai Classic and have played a big role in Kootenai Classic over the last couple of years. But if there's anything that I could ask you guys to pray about this week, it's just that you guys pray for all the people who are working hard at Kootenai Classic. And if you're going to Kootenai Classic, if you're on the team, I just want you guys to just carry your heads high and just know that what you guys are doing is remarkable. And I'm so grateful for all of you guys who have worked hard to fill in for me and given me this opportunity not only to go to Kaleo, but also to be part of the Kootenai Classic team. But I will be praying for you guys this next week, and I hope that everything at the show runs smoothly. I'll be trying to keep tabs on all of you guys. But through God, we can do all of these things. And once again, I just trust that God is hardening me and sharpening me this summer to grow and experience change so I can go back and I can be a stronger member in my community. I'm going through a period of big change in my life right now. And I think that God is challenging me. I think that God is hardening me and sharpening me and change is not easy. Change is what we need to experience growth, but it's not supposed to come naturally. There's going to be pushback, there's going to be struggles that we go through. But I want you guys to know how important you guys are to me. Now, I know that, Kaleo is going to be an opportunity that I'm going to get to do again in future years, but I want to be able to come home and stay true to my commitment for Kootenai Classic. Try my best to stay involved there and help my community and all the people that I've gotten to just build such close relationships with these last couple of years in putting on this show and just making it so spectacular. And I'm praying for you guys, and I'm just so incredibly grateful for all the support that you guys have given me and for your willingness to allow me to, step away from something that I've committed to so that I can grow in my walk with God and grow in my spirituality. But I just wanted to specifically make this video for you guys so you guys know how full of love my heart is for you guys. And I will be continuing to pray for you guys this next week because I know that Kootenai Classic is this weekend. And I hope that everything goes well, and I hope that God is with you guys. With that being said, thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. And thank you to all of you guys for your ongoing support. I will continue sending out videos, and we have a lot of cool stuff going on this week that I'm excited to share with you guys. But just once again, my heart goes out to everybody working on the Kootenai Classic, and I want you guys to know how grateful I am for all of you. And I hope that God lets His light shine in your guys' life as a reflection of the generosity and the support that you've shared with me. I hope all of you guys have a great week, and once again, please do not be afraid to hit me with prayer requests, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.